Well, hello, everybody. This is Eric from TopFlight Trades. The date is February 19th. It is Thursday evening. This is the Thursday evening happy hour. Pretty much what this is. Pretty much every night, I pretty much go through the stocks, look through our watch list, check out our premium picks list, look at the market, just pretty much do that. And I like to turn on the cameras and pretty much give a narrative of what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at. And this is for the public, and this is also for our members. So I'll post this to the website here in a little bit. If you're a member or if you're just the public happen to be viewing in, welcome. Come on over to topflighttrades.com and check out the website. And yeah, so that's that. So let's dive right in. I'm not going to take long on this video. I'm looking for primarily the other thing I'm doing is I'm looking at the watch list to see if we have any stocks that will make the premium picks list tonight. I have one, but I'm kind of hesitant on pulling the trigger on it. And I'll explain why in a minute. But pretty much I'm just going to take a look and see how things are looking here in the market. So let me jump over and turn the screen share on so you can see what I'm looking at. All right. Here we are. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to talk about. And this is kind of a lesson. Well, not really a lesson. Perhaps it is. Maybe if you learn something. I learned this lesson the hard way, I guess. I really like breakout plays, okay? And when we have a stock that's kind of reaching into, wants to find new areas, well, let's say you can look back in this line right here. What was this, 132? Or I'm sorry, 132, 133, whatever it was. This stock, Ulta had come up and hit it, came back down, hit it again, finally broke through. So it's these kind of plays I really like, the breakout plays, finding new highs, okay? And what I don't like is I prefer to find stocks that close at my entry or above, not just cross through it during the day. Okay. Because what I don't want is, like if I'm trying to get past this point over here, this stock, that's what it did. It ran up through it in the day and pulled back. Okay. And so just because it crosses my entry target doesn't mean that's an entry. I want it to close above it. Okay, so today we've been watching this one on our watch list. Okay, and talking to our members, and everybody has different strategies, of course. And this is just what I do, okay? Because I've been pulled into trades before, and this is just how I confirm. Well, today, anyways, this stock made a run in the morning. Let's look at the 15-minute. Better yet, let's look at the 5-minute. This stock. Here's my line where I want it to cross. Right out of the gate this morning, we took off. Had some pretty good volume, then it tapered away pretty quick. But anyways, this thing just started moving on the 5-minute. Okay, so you say, wow, man, this thing's going to go. Does Eric really want to wait for this thing to close today? It'll be up another $10. Well, and, it sure looked like it was going to do that. And it went up here to 139, say just almost 140, then pulled back. And I was watching this for the pullback here, except it never really did much more after that. Traded sideways, got here to the 50 period average. We're on the 5-minute chart, broke through, and so on. Okay. So now looking back, and that great run that did not trigger my entry based on my criteria. Not like my criteria is necessarily the only right way to play it. I'm not saying that. But this is just kind of an example. And so, anyways, again, right out of the gate this morning, if those are the ones if you like to get into stocks when they cross the entry, that's great. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the end result today, this thing came right back down and closed at 136.92. And it was up in the 139s. So it pulled back, a good $2-3. Anyways, this still has not hit my entry yet, because I want it to close above that area. So maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'm a little optimistic there. But that's kind of why I like to wait for the close instead of just riding it on the edge of my seat all day. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the markets here. Okay, so this is the S&P ETF, SPY, and SPDR. Okay, so we're in a new ground right here. Crossed above it. Even though we're green, we're already kind of starting to curl down here a little bit. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. I bet tomorrow will be green. Well, I mean, what do I know? I don't know, but I don't think we're going to have a horrible day tomorrow. We could, But I'd definitely like to see us hold above this area here, above 208, 209 area. Then next week, hey, we'll see. That could bring us down, or it could bring us up, obviously. So that's that. Let's take a look at the SPX. I like looking at this one too. It's a little bit different. Okay, yeah, same, essentially the same thing, except we got some red candles there. Now let's look at the NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ. See, the NASDAQ's been performing stronger than S&P. NASDAQ broke out of this area in the new highs one day before the others. So I'm liking to keep an eye on the NASDAQ. And then the Dow, let's take a look at the Dow. Here it is. It's starting to curl a little bit. Dow's been pretty weak. So, yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on this. So really quickly here, it's kind of looking at the watch list here. The best performers of the day is CAR. Now, I covered this last night. This is one of 5 that I was expecting to make the entry area. And here we had good earnings. Earnings beat by 20-some%, beat expectations, 27%, 23-cent per share versus the 18-cent estimate, beat it by a nickel. So that's great. But this is kind of the resistance line I was kind of watching a bit in here. And yeah, I was thinking we'd close above it, certainly depending on earnings. But we didn't. Well, yeah, we definitely did that today. But how much higher are we here? Let me see here. So almost there. That's not right. Let me get a look. I don't like to, well, usually 5% within the entry could be all right, but oh yeah, 2%. That went up to 4. No, see that gain in range today up to, it's hard to see, 7%. Well, more than that because I started from the resistance there. Anyways, yeah, I almost want to see more out of this one before I put it on the premium picks list. I know it looks great. We are up. Definitely a little bit higher than I'd like to be on this in the entry. Again, I like to see it clear up a little bit, but it's a little bit high. So as far as targets on it, if anybody wanted to play this, the first target I see is 68. So I would say the target would be 67 and change. Well, we're at 64 right now, 65. So you might be able to squeeze $3 out of this in the next day or two. And then the next target is 70 up here, approximately 70. So I'm thinking we hit into the 69s area at least if it doesn't break through 70. Yeah, so I am not adding this to the premium picks list today just yet. And then shooting through some of the other good ones we had today. This SWI Solar Winds. This was up 2.5%. This is on the premium picks list, so we're plugging away along just fine now. Paycom also was a pick, up 2.3% today, looking good. Papa John's. It's kind of trading sideways ever since made entry, and hopefully now we'll kind of break out of here, this area now. I want to see it get above 64, 65 area, and hopefully it takes off. And we have earnings coming up in how many days? 4 days. Okay, that'll probably do it if earnings are up. All right, SNCR plugging away just fine here, looking good. I'm not going to go through all these, but Spirit Aerosystems, I like how that did today, nearly 2% today. And then there's ACT. You see we got back in here after it flagged out for a while. Came off the 50-day support line. Wanted to do a little bit better, and it did. You see we had this big candle here. You'd say, hey, isn't that your buy? And it probably would have been, but I want to see a little bit more. It's kind of like CAR right now, but okay, so Lumina. Okay, so let me go ahead and look at the ones who did poorly today. UIHC, United Insurance. This is a super turd right now, down 11.8% today. Boy, yeah. And look at that, it beat earnings by 20%. How do you figure? Oh gosh. Obviously there's more to it. Outlook could be bad for 2015, whatever it may be. But, when you look at these charts, just amazing. Sometimes they miss earnings and they go up 40%. They beat earnings, go down 30%. It's a crapshoot, I tell you what. Okay, so anyways, that's that down 11.8. BCC, Boise Cascade, common stock is down. Earnings, looks like earnings was today, down 9.3%. NTES, this is currently a play of ours right now. We're still in this. We never did stop out of it. We kind of came close. You can see we had our stop down here at a 4.5% below our entry. And then the 50-day moving average has come up and now is holding support between it and our stop. So that's even greater. Oh, Hawaiian Airlines or Hawaiian Holdings, not Hawaiian Airlines. Or it is Hawaiian Airlines. Okay, good. Well, anyways, you can see this gap down horribly here not too long ago. I thought we were going to kind of start forming a base here. Well, maybe we still are, and we're still within it here, but you can kind of see where we've been trading in this range a little bit. Previous high and support and resistance kind of in here. And, well, we closed beneath that tonight, so not very good. So if that's the case, then, oh boy, geez, if we get below 17, get into the 16s, it's kind of not much support underneath it there. Except the 200-day right there. So, okay, lock. This thing also, I don't remember what the story was now. Here's earnings all the way back here. Met expectations, but this big gap, well, it wasn't a gap down, but this day here, my goodness, look at that range. Went from a high of 1880 to 1536 for the low. Crazy day. But anyways, I was hoping we'd come down to this area here. Well, we did. Bounced, came back down. It's going to give us, a double bottom here, let's say. This could be a good play here. If it does come off this support here at 13 and change, bounce again, I would definitely want it to see it make new highs. I would definitely love to see it get above the 200-day for sure. So some of you might want to play it right off the support. And that allows you to put a pretty tight stop too. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so if this thing did come down to this support area and say held it and kind of traded sideways for a couple of days, that you could get a pretty tight stop in there. I mean, you can get it in just a, buck underneath it. Anyways, and just kind of hope for the best. You get a really nice run running again if it did go from 14 back up to 17, $18. So RH, this thing, man, I stopped out on this one last time I played it, I think. I don't even see my note anywhere. Yep, down 5%. I got caught. I think I bought on the breakout up here. I didn't take advantage of the gap here. As soon as we cleared this area, 93, I believe it was. And then I got in on a pullback. I got in it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But this thing is still just falling here. And it's now down at beneath the 100-day moving average now. Next is the 200 in this support area right here at 82.50, 83. That's probably where it's coming. So hopefully their earnings are strong. I don't know. Oh, the estimate's $1 versus last quarter. It was only 47 cents. Yeah. Well, okay. So that is that. Let me take a look at a couple others that I had on the watch list last night that I was keeping an eye on. Okay. That I said I was thinking might make entry today. We have Monster here. Technically, it probably did close above my line a little bit, but it's not strong enough. I'd wait another day on that. We have earnings coming up here that can send this thing flying. Again, myself, I don't purposely play into earnings because I have no idea which way the wind's going to blow after earnings come out, regardless of whether earnings are strong or not. So I don't necessarily, sometimes if I would play an earnings play, I would have to be really confident in the stock, and I would probably put a small fraction of my capital towards it. Of course, of the 100%, let's say I intended to invest in Monster, I might throw 15, 20% at it initially to maybe get in on earnings and get a quick pop out of it. But again, that's just not my kind of play. So that's Monster. Again, and then there's Edwards Life Sciences, waiting for it to find new highs there. You can see my entry. I currently have it. Where is that set at? I currently am waiting for 137.40 on that one. Got a little ways to go. Talked about Ulta already. Again, the way this thing was moving this morning, I really thought this thing was just going to take off. I was like, wow, that's one disadvantage of my strategy. And here it is, the end of the day. I'm back here to see the close, and now I see the advantage of my strategy. But, we got tomorrow. It doesn't mean it's not going to go up. It's just might take another day. Tomorrow could be a rocking day. And then the other one I'm waiting for is ROST. So close. But, we're up here at this resistance area right now. And again, we got earnings in 6 days. So we'll see about that. You could see what it did last time when the earnings. It beat it by only 6%, and it gapped up and had a nice run. Ran from 83 up to 97. So that is that. So thanks for watching. That's all we have for tonight. Tomorrow is Friday. What's next is this weekend, Saturdays at noon Pacific, I have the weekend review. And it's a video I do here on Google Hangouts. I start off and I pretty much kind of go through my agenda. The meetings, the videos have actually taken quite a while lately. Usually last one was 2.5 hours long, I think. But again, I go over the stocks and pretty much what we do is refresh the watch list for the week. Our premium picks remain in place, of course, but the watch list is refreshed each week, and we look at setups. And those could even include additional setups in the stocks we currently hold, because some of we've been holding here. Well, at least some of them have been holding this since last year, but on our premium picks list right now, of course, that was updated top of the year. So already some of them are being held for nearly 2 months. So, and they're still in play. So anyways, we'll review the watch list, go over those, try to find some nice setups. We'll look at the past week and then what to expect in the future, the next week to follow. So that's what we do. And then we open it up and we have a kind of an open discussion amongst our members to look at some charts, throw some ideas around, that kind of thing. And that's where we get stretched out a couple hours because we talk about some good stuff and meet new members and all that good stuff. So that's what's on the agenda next. Go to topflighttrades.com. You'll see the link for that Saturday review posted there. It's the same place you'll find this video is at topflighttrades.com. And I think that's pretty much it. So I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. TGIF, weekend's coming. Time to relax, study, get ready for the next week. It's just never ending, right? All right, let me turn off while I'm here. Let me turn off the... All right, there we are. Awesome. Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Again, this is Eric from Top Flight Trades. It is February 19th, Thursday, and we'll see you around. Have a good night. Thanks.